So I already applied my MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot, which is the more yellow based one. And I applied it with a Sedona Lace EB13 For today's palette, I'm going to use the L'Oreal Nude, La Palette Nude in number 1, the more warm palette. So first I'm going to take this color right here and I'm going to apply that to the crease. So yeah, it seems like something very similar to like soft brown, but with a hint of pink in it. So I'm just going to apply it into my crease. Now I'm going to take this really pretty champagne color. So it's like a skin tone color with a shimmer in it. And I'm going to apply that to the inner corner of the eye. Now I am going to wet my brush with Fix Plus just because I found that it doesn't perform as well without it. So I do feel like the matte shades do perform a lot better in this palette. So that's just going into the inner corner of the eye. Now for the lid color, I'm going to apply this gold right here. It reminds me a lot of Half Baked by Urban Decay. Yes, I believe it's called Half Baked, but this is very comparable to like the Urban Decay Naked original palette, so the very first one, and I'm going to press it onto my lid. Now I'm going to take this shade right here, which is like a light shimmery taupe, and I'm going to apply that just more precise in the upper crease, but just in the inner upper crease. Let me show you guys. So just going to apply it right there. So now I'm just reapplying that matte shade into my crease because I do feel like I needed it to be a little bit more intense. So now I'm just going to take this Essence like shadow stick, and it is in Cute Copper. So I'm going to apply it to the outer V of the eye. And I'm going to connect it to the bottom lash line and just run it until I hit the inner third of the eye. Now I'm just going to feather it inward. And now I'm just going to slightly blend it in. So I'm just feathering it inward. And going down to the bottom lash line. Now I'm going to take this darker brown shade, and I'm going to mix it with this darker copper shade and apply it to where I applied the shadow stick, and that's just going to make it a lot more pigmented. I'm taking these two matte eyeshadows. I'm just taking that mid-tone matte brown with the darker brown and applying it into the crease again, and just, you know, where I applied that other copper, and just bringing it inward. I'm cleaning off the edges because notice that this does have a little bit of fallout, so the palette does have fallout, and when you dip your brush into it, it just kind of like creates the loose eyeshadow. Alright, so now I'm just going to take the gold shade that I applied on the lid and apply it with my finger, just because it's not as intense as I want it to be. So now for the bottom lash line, I'm going to take these same colors that I applied on the outer portion of the eye, so on the outer V, which is that deep copper mixed in with the matte darker brown. I'm just going to run it along the lash line. As you can see, it does have a lot of fallout. I mean, nothing that really can't be cleaned up, but I did find that with this palette. Okay, so now I'm just taking a matte skin tone shade, and I'm actually just going to apply it to the brow bone and just pressing it in. And now I'm going to take a large blending brush, and this one is the E35 by Sigma, and I'm going to just lightly blend the top part of the crease. So as I've said before, if you hold it further down, you have less pressure. Now I'm going to take the Stila Smudge Stick Waterproof Eyeliner in Sienna, and I'm going to apply that to the waterline. And the upper rim. Now I'm just going to apply the Roller Lash Mascara by Benefit. I'm not going to apply any falsies just because I wanted this to be very simple to recreate and not have to do extra steps. So this is kind of like just a tutorial and first impressions of that L'Oreal Palette Nude Palette 1. So I'm just applying the Roller Lash Mascara, and honestly, this is such a good mascara. It's so lengthening that if you're not a fan of false eyelashes, I would really recommend this. Alright, so now that the eyes are complete, I'm just going to apply blush and do my lips. I already applied bronzer. I used my NARS Laguna bronzer. So I'm going to use this Becca Cosmetics Beach Tint Shimmer Souffle blush in Papaya Topaz. So now I'm just going to apply a little bit of EOS lip balm. And I'm going to line my lips with Boldly Bare by MAC. And I'm not going to apply a lipstick. I'm actually just going to take my finger and dip it into the Becca Beach Tint and apply it to the center of the lips. So here is the final makeup look. Alright, so as promised, I would create a look with this new palette by L'Oreal. And again, this is La Palette Nude. So this is basically the cheaper version of the Naked One palette, or the Naked Original. So yeah, this is really comparable, I would say. The colors are really pretty. The only complaint that I have about this palette is that the shimmery shades, like the lighter ones, are a lot harder to work with. So I did have to use Fix Plus on my brushes when applying them, and even then I don't feel like it transferred onto my lid like it looks in the pan. So that really pretty gold in that really pretty light gold in the palette, that is basically a dupe for Half Baked by Urban Decay from the original Naked palette, and the second palette is really not going to transfer onto the lid, or at least it didn't onto mine, like it looks in the pan, as well as the light shimmery shades that I used for the inner corner highlighter. But I feel like it's a huge step up in drugstore makeup, because the little smaller palette that I believe it was Maybelline came out with, just the pigmentation and the blendability was really bad, so I didn't even want to talk about it. It's a really good drugstore eyeshadow palette, I have to say that. The colors are really pretty, and you get, you know, from the inner corner highlight color to the deeper outer V shade. So I really hope you guys liked this eyeshadow look, and just really simple, quick, easy to do, and that you found this helpful. I really wanted you guys to see how the eyeshadows actually perform on the eyes, instead of just going shade by shade and swatching them. The texture on our arm is different from the skin texture on our eyes. So I like doing these type of videos where I actually just apply the product onto the eye. I hope you guys found this helpful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you want me to do a tutorial with the La Palette Nude 2, I will do that for you guys. Just leave it in a comment below, and I will definitely do more looks with this, so you guys can see the different types of looks you can create with just one palette. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, Don't forget to comment down below and subscribe, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!